Hi everybody, it's Don from Don's Family Vacations. Today I want to talk to you about a rather special ship. Well, at least it should have been a rather special ship. When I ask you what's the largest cruise ship in the world, right away the Oasis class from Royal Caribbean comes to mind with all its gadgets and toys and flow riders and things like that. Well, did you know that Carnival was building their own super ship called the Carnival Pinnacle, and they started way back in 2003, 2004. And if it wasn't for a matter of bad timing, they could have had the largest cruise ship in the world at the time, and it would have been the first cruise ship to ever go over 5,000 passengers and had a lot of unique features on it that other cruise lines have adapted a little bit of it and put it into other ones. But even today, this ship would be completely unique on the ocean. So we're going to take a look at it right after this. Well, the first thing you're going to notice when you're looking at the Carnival Pinnacle is the people mover. It's on deck 2 and on the top deck, I believe deck 15 of the ship, and it goes all around the outer sides of the deck. And in the middle, there's an elevator system where it pulls in and it will lift you up from one deck to the other. Being over 5,000 people, not only was this a unique feature, but it was also very practical, and it would help alleviate some of the lineups at the elevators and midship. So not only was it spectacular to kind of look at, and imagine the views you would get from deck 15 cruising around on the outer edges, it would have been amazing to see, but also oh so practical. Another unique design element was the deck space, where down below on the lower half, the deck actually was much wider than any cruise ship you would see right now. So wide that it could house a lazy river around the outside of the ship and still have plenty of space for lounges and jogging trails and bars and hot tubs and all things like that. Really, really unique at how wide the ship was without taking away the space of the interior of the ship. Not only that, up top, on the top decks, you had the retractable roof that opened up to a pool. But the best feature of all, especially if you're a kid or a kid at heart, is like the mountain area on the other side of the funnel, which has, yeah, a mountain. It's just kind of like you're going to Universal Studios Volcano Bay on the cruise ship. Well, it's not that big, but it's still kind of unique, where it would have a hot tub up top, slides in on inbound around the pool. It has kind of like a little cave area inside, and on the other side it was, well, yeah, you guessed it, the rock climbing wall. So a very unique feature to ever see on a ship. Then we go to the rear of the ship, and this ship was the first to come up with the split down the middle. We see that on the Oasis class now, where you can have, the balconies facing the boardwalk and things like that. But the Carnival Pinnacle was going to be the first one to have this. And you can see the layered design at the back of the ship, and in the middle, up top, where the funnel is, was all glass at the back. And that would let light in and reflective light down into a 14-story atrium that they had planned for the middle of the ship. So we've seen some large atriums on some ships, but 14 floors is rather huge. Then you have the slides that drop down almost 11 decks into an infinity pool at the bottom of the ship. Just crazy things that, you think you see some pretty big slides now, but dropping down into an infinity pool at the back of the ship also would be crazy. So those are just some of the features on the ship that just never came to fruition. And the only reason it really didn't, they had the designs made, they had the plans in place, they had the shipyard they were going to build, and then in 2005, 2006, suddenly the euro started to rise. And because Carnival is an American company, yet they were building it in Europe, they were going to be paying the difference in the cost. And at one point it rose to 70% more than they had planned and priced out when they first started the design of the ship. And they just couldn't say to their stockholders, yes, look, we're going to spend $1 billion on a ship and we'll get our money back in 7 or 8 years, maybe, if it works. So they kind of scrubbed it. They tried to take the design and shorten it and get it down, but in the end, Carnival decided to go with their classic designs. And if you look at Carnival ships, they pretty much all have that same classic design that they know they work and they know they're going to make money with, and that's what they went with. But oh so close to having the biggest and baddest ship on the sea. And unfortunately, for circumstances, we could have been sailing on the Carnival Pinnacle with those great views and sitting on top of a mountain in the middle of the ocean. I hope you liked this little video on the ship that basically never was, but almost was. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos about cruising and tips and vacation travel, please hit that subscribe button. And until next time, you have yourself a safe and a great vacation.